Coronavirus pandemic continues. There's growing worry the number of domestic violence calls will keep increasing. With more Americans stuck at home, local law enforcement says they haven't noticed much of a change, but with warmer temperatures ahead, crime historically begins to spike ahead of summer. Eyewitness News' Noah Alatza spoke with officials today on what they're seeing.
Tri-state law enforcement still adjusting to the changes COVID-19 brought them. From personal protective gear to now the possibility they could begin to see a rise in crime after the pandemic ends. As more people are stuck at home, domestic violence cases are rising. Advocates say calls to helplines across the country are surging.
Thank you for calling the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Your call is extremely important to us. All advocates are currently busy, but someone will be with you shortly.
People have suddenly lost income and face new stressors, while the community resources are simultaneously limited.
Evansville Police Sergeant Nick Winsett says their office hasn't seen much of a change in the number of cases, but the longer that the pandemic restrictions are in place could make all the difference.
If we continue the way we're going, as far as a lot of businesses closed down, not as many places that are accessible to people and people in isolation, he foresees that it could potentially happen. The potential's there.
Despite a national trend of domestic violence cases continuing to increase, several local law enforcement officials we spoke with here in the tri-state tell me even with this weather continuing to warm up, they haven't seen many cases, but that soon could change. The Posey County Sheriff says they haven't seen anything out of the ordinary. And Owensboro police say they haven't seen an increase in domestic violence cases either. Vanderburgh County Sheriff Dave Wedding says his office has seen more depression and mental health related calls recently.
Something of note is, let's say if a family was going through a divorce, and because a lot of those type of hearings have been put on hold and postponed, you had people that would normally maybe working to separate themselves from their spouse are now finding themselves with that very person that they're trying to get away from.
Domestic violence advocates are asking Congress for more than $300 million in the next emergency relief bill. Noah Alatza, Eyewitness News.